So today, we have Thanos, the Mad Titan, taking on Kang, the Conqueror. The two big bads of the MCU going head to head. Who wins? Let's find out. So, let's start with Thanos. Uh, Thanos, incredibly strong. The strongest guy the MCU has ever seen. He casually just overpowered Hulk and physically destroyed him, humbled him, pummeled him. Uh, they knocked him out in the process, something only the Hulkbuster armor has shown capable of doing. He physically overpowered Thor again and again and again, and Thor was able to restart the forge on Nidavellir. He choked Loki to death with one hand, crushed the Tesseract with just one hand casually, uh, just plucked the Mind Stone out of Vision's vibranium skull with just two fingers, and he held back Captain Marvel with just one hand while weakened from the Nano Gauntlet. Uh, he easily withstood Hulk's punches, attacks from Iron Man and Captain Marvel, like a barrage of attacks from Iron Man, but only led to him losing one drop of blood. And he took a massive lightning blast from Mjolnir and Stormbreaker. He survived being impaled in the chest by Stormbreaker, as well as snapping with the Infinity Gauntlet twice within a 3-week time period. And we all saw what snapping once did to the Hulk. It like permanently messed up his arm. So imagine what doing it twice would do to you. I don't think the Hulk could survive that. And he was a very mobile and skillful warrior with his sword and with his fists. He was like an expert boxing brawler as well as a swordsman. He bested the MCU's big three simultaneously, and he's a warlord. He has decimated half of the populations on multiple planets to achieve his goal. And his double-edged sword that's made out of a material just as strong, if not stronger than vibranium. And it also has this mechanism that allowed it to spin at unprecedented speeds, which allowed him to block like a barrage of lasers from Iron Man. So yeah, that's Thanos, the Mad Titan. But in the other corner, Kang. Franklin Richards, aka Kang the Conqueror, was from the 31st century and was equipped with technology far more advanced and far more powerful than anything we have ever seen in the MCU thus far. More advanced than anything Tony Stark had or had built, more advanced than anything that Wakanda has as well. He physically overpowered Scott and really pummeled him even without his armor and while injured. He easily took 2 or 3 punches from Giant Man, whose strength was comparable to that of Hulk's, seeing that they both one-shotted a Leviathan. And King easily took these punches. Easily. He was able to come back and keep on fighting. His armor wasn't even damaged by them. He also survived a brutal beating from an entire colony of super ants. Yeah, he was even fast enough to consistently react to and counterattack Ant-Man and Wasp when they were real small, and even stopped a thrown spear with his telekinesis. But no, his dangerous weapon is his tech. Yeah, I'd definitely say Thanos is physically better, but we have to talk about Kang's tech now. He has energy blasts, telekinesis, and his force fields. His energy blasts were literally vaporizing people, or whatever you want to call those, that race living in the quantum realm. Just vaporizing them to nothing. There's nothing left. There's no blood. There's no clothes. There's just a little puff of smoke left, and they're just gone. He could also release this as an omnidirectional blast that was capable of knocking over Giant Man and reverting him back to normal size. And do the same to Cassie as well. With his telekinesis, he easily restrained Scott and Cassie simultaneously and restrained and hurt MODOK. He also stopped a thrown spear, so that's cool. And his force fields held back an entire colony of super ants until Moldoc destroyed it. He's wiped out entire timelines, killed trillions and trillions of people, killed other Kang variants, and killed several versions of the Avengers. This includes multiple versions of Iron Man, Hulk, Thor, Doctor Strange, Captain Marvel, and I'd even say Scarlet Witch herself. She's an Avenger, or was. I don't know if she still is. Sure. Um, he was more than just a warrior. He was a conqueror. So, who wins? The Mad Titan or the Conqueror? Well, basically this fight's going to come down. How does Thanos' physicality, his strength, his durability, uh, and his mobility and skill fare against Kang's advanced technology? That's what this fight would be all about. Because it is pretty obvious Thanos has a physical and skill edge over Kang, just based on what we've seen. I think they're closest in durability. King shook off 2 hits from Giant Man. Thanos shook off hits from Hulk. They're relatively even. Thanos has just done more. So I'd say, yeah, he would be tougher, overall physically better. So, how does Thanos score up against Kang's tech? Well, it seems like he primarily uses his energy blasts. And for the most part, that seems okay. I mean, his energy blasts literally vaporized people, and he literally nearly stopped an entire rebellion, like an army of people trying to stop him and rebel and end his rule of the quantum realm or whatever. Fought him all off by himself with just his energy blasts. Uh, exactly. Uh, but when he started actually facing like really named people like Scott or Hope or Cassie, he wasn't able to vaporize them. And if their suits were capable enough of keeping them safe to not be disintegrated, I'd say Thanos' sheer durability and maybe his golden armor or whatever that is probably can do the same as well. But it'll probably hurt more than say Iron Man's blast, right? Or pulsar blast. So yeah, he does have his telekinesis, which that could be a big problem for Thanos, as Thanos would have no way of countering that. But he didn't really seem to use it in combat. He only really seemed to torture, punish people, or his servants or whatever. Didn't really seem to use it in combat. Because if he did, I feel like a lot of Quantumania would have been solved and our heroes would have lost. So, yeah, that's all about that. But now we need to see if Thanos can get through his shields. Because if he can't, then he can't. And Kang will eventually win. They did hold back like a horde, a whole colony of giant super ants. For a long time, right? But they were eventually able to get through. Even before MODOK had come in and destroyed it, they were slowly piercing their way through, slowly pushing their way through. So I'd say, yeah, enough strikes from Thanos' sword, and he's going to be getting through that shield for sure. So I'd say after a good few whacks right from his sword, and he'll slowly start getting through there. And then it's a close quarters fight where Thanos definitely has the advantage in what Kang needs to avoid at all costs. And then if his armor is even damaged, he has none of his abilities, none of his tech. It all comes from the power of his armor. His telekinesis, his energy blast, his force fields, all of it. Once it was destroyed, that's how Scott was able to put up a fight with him at the end. I know Kang has wiped out entire timelines and entire worlds, and he has killed multiple versions of the Avengers, maybe even multiple versions of the Illuminati. But as of right now, Thanos is just too powerful for him, too powerful for his tech. He can put up a fight, but as of right now, Thanos should beat at least this Kang variant. Maybe in the future we'll see something crazy from other variants, which we probably will. But as of right now, the Mad Titan beats the Conqueror. Thanos wins. Like and subscribe if you did enjoy. Leave a comment of what you thought and hit the notification bell to be notified of all my future videos and all the great stuff. I truly do appreciate it, and I hope you guys have a great day. Peace.